Morning, everybody. It is 8:12 a.m. It is December 12th. Welcome to my channel. Just getting settled in here. Yesterday, we had a classic look below and fail. More in the QQQ and in the Nasdaq. It was trap sellers. So we basically were in ultimate balance. And once you had a news catalyst, specifically CPI moved higher, that was it. And then what happened was we broke below balance the prior day, and we kind of just consolidated overnight, waiting for that news. Ripped up, went past that key level I talked about yesterday, and then just ripped. Right, essentially taking all the shorts that pushed the market down out. They had the cover. All right, so that's kind of what happened yesterday. Um, yeah, that's what happened. Now the market continues to be a little mixed. Yesterday, it kind of was together a little bit. We can look at market internals real quick to just show you that. I have to look. I only took one trade yesterday. Let's see here. Market internals. Let's bring it up real quick. All right, so yesterday, see, yeah, the market was disconnected again. So when we opened up, it was mixed, right? And then we got stronger, and then the rest of the day, equal weight just slid off. However, what's going to drive markets is always infotech was green, consumer discretionary was green, and communications was big time green. Okay, CL financials, healthcare, industrials, and staples were weak, right? So the market wasn't crazy strong, but it was strong enough, right? Strong enough. So anyway, without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use market profile and volume profile to find structure in the market, along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. It all helps me find structure. That's my edge, and I hope to share that with you. All right. Every level I have on my chart gets reactions. Otherwise, I wouldn't have them on my charts. So that could be a gamma level, most traded price of the week or the month, previous day, high volume composite node, um, single print. Everything on my chart. If I don't ever see repeated reactions to them, I just get rid of them. I don't. There's no need. So now, after years and years and years, I have them on my chart. All right, and I hope to share them with you. All right, so every day I do this 8:10 a.m. Hopefully you can subscribe, set an alert. That would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to go for 300 now. I'm trying to go for 300 and start going here. Okay. Now yesterday, I'm in a little trading community. Now this isn't fully done yet, but if there's enough interest in joining my um, Discord, right? It's not fully done yet, right? But if I see enough people join it, okay, if I see enough people join it, then we'll start doing stuff. All right, so I'm going to put it in the chat here. I'm going to put the Discord link here, and I don't know what did that bring you? I don't know if that link works. Hopefully it does. What it's saying. Well, try it out. I don't know if that's going to work, if that link's going to work, but that's the Discord. Hope. Yeah, I'm going to put it in my bio. I'm just putting it out here because I just want to see enough people come in, and then I'll start utilizing it. There's my director, Rosie, my director right there. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that works. That link. Um, Try it out. Maybe Chief, you can try it out to see if it brings you to the Discord. I don't know why. What it's showing me here, it's saying it doesn't work. That's interesting. Interesting. Anyway, I'll, I was gonna update it. It's not finished yet. That's why I'm not putting in there. I just want to see if there's interest. But my director's telling me otherwise. But let's get into this. I was just mentioning that I'm starting to do some stuff in the Discord. If there's enough interest. Um, yeah. So anyway, did add another trading video yesterday. All right, and I posted that on my X account at Gonzo719. Check out my YouTube shorts. All right, you can check out my TikTok Gonzo719 Trader as well. Okay, and of course, always smash the like button. All right. Now again, the Discord. It's been there for a little bit, but if there's enough interest, like I said, I will start doing more content in there. And eventually, if there's enough people, then we can start our own little thing every day. Right? All right, let's get into the futures watch list here. Let's see what's moving markets today. Okay. Now, who's leading the pack today? Ether. Ethereum leading the pack up 3.27%. VIX up 0.66. 10-year yield is up 0.65. The dollar's up 0.47. Crude is up 0.07. The Dow is down 0.09. ES down 0.18. Russell down 0.30. Bitcoin down 0.31. Nasdaq down 0.37. 30-year bonds being sold down 0.42. Silver's down 0.75, and gold is down 0.82. Okay, so we're coming off what we did yesterday. Okay, and we hit a very key level, and we'll get into all that in a little bit. Okay, let's go to the Mag 7 Plus here. Who's leading the pack? Boeing. Boeing is leading the pack, up 1.41, followed by Coinbase up 1%, which I'm liking that. Followed by Tesla up 0.29. That's about it for leaders. All right. Now, if we go to laggards, we have Microsoft down 0.22, Eli Lilly down 0.22, Meta down 0.34, Nvidia down 0.42, and the loser is Broadcom. Okay, Broadcom. Now, I did see there's a new partnership with Apple and Broadcom, and Apple's starting to make its own chips. Very interesting. Very interesting there. All right, so moving on. Top sectors. Leader, Uber. What I saw is Uber lost a lot of steam from this service called, I want to say Waymo. Waymo. But I just saw news, we'll get into it. I'm pretty sure GM, I believe it is, stopped doing their, GM scrapped Cruise Robotaxi program. So that's helping Uber. That's why Uber is up 3.1. It's been getting slammed too. Now, no surprise, here, the second leader is PepsiCo. PepsiCo came down to a very, very key level. Okay, very key. So that's a real big support level in Pepsi. Oops, sorry about that. In PepsiCo, it's a very key support level. Check out a chart, you'll see it. I'm kind of a little bit interested. Jesus, sorry. Okay. PepsiCo, Costco. Okay, those are the leaders. Now laggards. Let's see here. United Healthcare down 0.31, Qualcomm down 0.52, and Salesforce down 0.52. Let's go to the swing trade list. All right, leading the pack. Interesting here. Celsius up 3.70. That stock's been getting slammed. All right, Riot's up 2.21, Mara's up 2.15, Merck up 1.75, MetLife up 1.15, and Target up 1.12, and Super Microcomputers up 1.07. Now, laggards. All right, Adobe reported earnings and gave poor sales outlook. They are down, and they beat, but they gave a poor sales outlook, down 11.17%. Okay. Chewy down 2.89, SoundHound down 2.58, Block down 1.06, and AI down 1%. That is your laggards, folks. Okay, moving on to the guts. Sector time. All right, the leader is utilities, up 0.15, followed by energy, up 0.11. Okay, and the laggard here, now we're going back here. The laggard here is semis, down 0.31, and the laggard of the day, XLK, the largest weighted sector in the markets, S&P 500, is down 0.51, almost a half a percent. Oh, it is a half a percent, right? That is because of Broadcom, Nvidia, okay, having weakness. All right, now let's get into some economic calendar. We have PPI this morning at 8:30. So let me bring that up. Now we also have, let's see here. Let's just open this up. So we're looking at those jobless claims today. We're looking at core PPI, looking at 3.2, looking for a rise of zero point 0.1. Now, headline PPI, looking at 2.6, a rise of zero point 0.2. And also today we have a 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Okay, so that's what's going on today for the news, and it's going to drop at 8:30. I don't really expect crazy price action from PPI unless it's crazy. So we will look at it, but I'm going to just keep doing my thing unless I see a big move. Okay. Now, getting into more news, we're going to get into some earnings and what's moving some stocks here. So, just talked about it before about Adobe. Um, Adobe stock fell 11% after the software company issued a disappointing annual sales outlook, indicating that the company's recent measures to incorporate artificial intelligence into its offerings were taking longer than expected. Chewy stock fell 2.7% after the top stakeholder of the pet products retailer announced plans to sell $500 million worth of the stock. Coca-Cola stock rose 0.9, and PepsiCo stock gained 0.7 after Deutsche Bank upgraded its stance on the soft drinks giants to buy, with the German bank turned more bullish on the non-alcoholic beverage sector. Uber stock rose 3.1, rebounding after dropping more than 5% in the prior session following an announcement from General Motors it was scrapping its Cruise robotaxi partnership. Broadcom stock fell 0.9 after ahead of the semiconductors company's fiscal fourth quarter earnings. Its stock has risen 64% this year, getting a lift from spending on artificial intelligence data centers. Constellation Energy stock rose 2.3% after Bank of America upgraded its stance. Okay, let's look at some financial juice here, and let's look at anything overnight. Let's see. Nothing I'm seeing here that's making me look at anything in particular. Let's look at upgrades, downgrades. All right, let's see. There's Boeing upgraded from a sell to neutral. That's moving the stock this morning. Charter Communications sector weight to overweight. Who else here? Coca-Cola upgraded. We just said Deutsche Bank, right? PepsiCo, Deutsche Bank. We just talked about that. All right, let's go over to downgrades. Adobe got downgraded along with the poor guidance. Price target 550. Buy to a hold. See Blackstone, overweight to equal weight. These are all downgrades. Let's see here. General Dynamics downgraded. Hershey downgraded equal weight to underweight. Mondelez from a buy to a hold. T-Mobile overweight to sector weight. Those are your downgrades. Initiations. Let's see. Autodesk initiated to outperform. Price target 380. Celsius. That's why Celsius is moving. Here we go. Initiated to overweight. Price target 37. Salesforce initiated at neutral. Datadog outperform. Emerson Electric, a buy. What else here? Mosaic, market perform. Palantir initiated at neutral. Roblox initiated at a buy. Team, Atlassian initiated neutral. Vertiv, equal weight. Price target 142. Okay. Now price target changes. Let's look at those together. Target raises. Let's see here. Stryker target raised. They supply medical equipment, supplies. Live Nation target raised. Cheesecake Factory target raised. Accenture target raised. Now lowers. Target lowers. We got Macy's target lowered. Adobe, a bunch of target lowers on Macy's poor sales outlook. A bunch. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about there. We're going to go into daily charts now. Let's look at these daily charts together. All right. So in the SPY, all right, we did not really have a look below and fail like you did in the Qs, and I'll show you why. Right. Now look what the SPY did the previous day. Pulled down to last week's lows. Right. Here's some support here as well. Now it wasn't like it wasn't really like a cause see like you push down the prior day to here, and then we push down again. Right. It's a little different. And in the Qs has a prettier setup. Okay. And then we pushed up, couldn't make new highs yesterday, didn't even go up to last week's highs. Close here, right? And you do see there's like a daily supply zone here. That caused some resistance here. Okay. Where are we at now? 606. Oh, that's a pretty wide spread there. 606. Let's put it in the middle. 60. 606.60. All right. PPI just came out. Let's just check in on it. Let's just check in on the PPI results. Let's see if there's anything new here. So CPI year over year. Okay. Interesting. So we were expecting 3.2. It came 3.4. 0.2 higher than expected the year over year. Now it looks like that's core. Interesting. That's core PPI came 0.2. Interesting. Now the year over year, oh boy. They were expecting 2.6. You got 3.0. So that is causing producers to spend, things are costing they're more, they're going up. Um, I guess I would think this would be bullish for cutting. Actually, let me think about that. Yeah, have to see. Have to see about that. That's causing the market to go down. Not crazy, but we'll be looking at that in a second. Okay, go back to daily charts and where we're at now, 606.30. So we are right here, still in the middle of yesterday's session. Really nothing to see here. We'll look at futures real quick. All right, so see how we're right here. So nothing to see here yet. Okay. Now let's look at Qs, and we'll show you that look below and fail. So you had this balance in the Qs, right? This would have been your balance lows here, and then you broke that, and then you failed and went right through, and that's why you got that big move, breaking all-time highs, breaking last week's highs. Where are we now? 527.40, right here in the mid of the session. So you're in the middle of the session, not a great place to be. That's where you are in the Qs currently. Okay, let's look at the live look of futures. Now you can see it really pretty. You can see it really pretty here. Um, this balance, right? 3-day balance, and then broke those lows, looked below, failed, ripped higher, right? Holding last week's highs. So this is a very important level for the Nasdaq 21664. That is last week's highs. Okay, and you got support from last month's highs right here. So that's what's going on right now in futures. Let's look at that pesky little 10-year yield with the triple-headed monster here. And these yields, this is like a little swing low hitting the 20-day. Let's see what yields are going to do here. Okay, they're making a little comeback here, but this could be a swing high and could take out this low. We just have to see. All right, that is your 10-year yield. Let's look at the dollar. Remember, China's trying to devalue their yuan. All right, getting a nice push up in the dollar lately, but hitting this resistance here. Just have to see what's going to happen here. All right, let's look at the fear gauge, our VIX. Our VIX is holding steady around 13, 14. Not a lot of fear in this market, okay? Not a lot of fear. Now we're going to go to the main event here, and we're going to look at the market profile, volume profile, and see what's going on with this PPI, see what happened yesterday, right? So let's do that. Alrighty. All right. Let's look at some structure here. Here's our weekly composite profile. Got excess to the bottom, then we got our value area. That's 70% of the trade. And then we have a little excess to the top here. Okay? That's what we have going on here. Now, we have a double distribution. Okay? We have ultimate balance at 60.96. Okay? Right here is the most traded price of the week. It's the most traded price of the month. We hit that yesterday. Okay? We couldn't find acceptance above that level, and now we're below it, right? But now we also have a high volume composite node here at 60.63. This could be a ping pong action, okay? We could go from here to here and maybe find some happy medium. Okay? Maybe find some happy medium here. Now, if we look at yesterday, what happened, right? You pretty much pushed up, did an open test drive, and drove up. Okay, you drove up and you kept going and you kept going and you hit 6102, but you couldn't hold above the most traded price of the month and the week, and you closed down here. Also happened to be 6090 and the SPX was the largest gamma, and it couldn't get above that. Okay, now what are we doing now? Right now, market's not liking the PPI numbers. Okay, we're about to hit yesterday's lows. So we're about to take out that whole move from yesterday. Okay, you're about to take out the whole move right here. I think that's 60.7250 is yesterday's lows. Right at where? Look what happened. This turned green, right? The anchored VWAP, month to date VWAP, right here, turned green. Well, now it's red. Sellers are back in control. This is the week to date VWAP right here. Was green, now it's red. For the week, sellers back in control. Just went through the both anchored VWAPs. We just broke yesterday's lows right now. Okay. Like I said, this could be ping pong back to here, 60.63. Okay. Getting some single prints put in right here. Okay. Now we do have single prints here from yesterday. Let me put those in the chart while I have you guys here. Real quick, real easy. We put the single prints in from the beginning of the session yesterday. Those are single prints. Okay. Now, here's the key here. Let's throw these back here. I'm just trying to orientate my chart here just so you guys can see everything good. Alrighty. So, let's get back to this structure here, okay, and look at some levels together. Now that PPI, all right, see, we took out yesterday's lows. Now we're getting some profit taking. All right, get some thin volume, getting some excess put in. So this turns into a weak low here, 60.72. All right, 60.72 is an important level now. Overnight low, RTH low together. Okay, now we have supply zone here. Right? What else do we have? The close lines up perfectly with the overnight high, so that's a weak high. It's confluence high. All right, and what do you got above it? This big level. So the overnight session's really key today, and that's the playground. That is the playground. Okay. So I think we're going to get right into scenarios here. Like I said, big major levels, 60.63, 60.96. Those are your major levels surrounding this market right now, and we could bounce off them. So that being said, let's get right into scenarios. And that, by the way, was your market profile, your volume profile. Okay. Now we're going to switch over and let's do some scenarios here. What I'm going to like to see. All right. Now, buyers. Okay. Buyers. You got 60.72 overnight low and yesterday's lows. And I'm going to include the 60.63 high volume composite node here. This little area, I want to see what buyers do in this area. Okay. Now, we have the weak high here. 60.88 is the close in the overnight highs. And one point, and I didn't notice, but now I noticed, we're 100% net short in the overnight. 100% net short. At the bottom, kind of sets up for a nice little long if you can do it. Okay, because why? I didn't even notice this either. We have a poor high in yesterday's session. Okay, and guess what? Everybody's short from this level up here. We closed here, and now look, when we closed, everybody got short again, and we're down here. So now if we have shorts from here, the whole overnight session short, and we're at the bottom of the sessions, kind of sets up to rip up again, right? Now, I don't know if that happens, but we have to be cognizant. So bulls want to break this level. So what does that make us do? Now, this also 60, it's probably 60.83. Most traded price to the overnight. So that's key. Okay. Now, what I'd like to see is what do we do if we push down into this box, be it somewhere in the box, and then we go over those anchored VWAPs of the week and the month, and then we come up to the most traded price of the overnight. If we take this out in the supply, we are going to move right into 60.97. Maybe we come up and tap that 61.02 high, bring us to the edge around 61.05 of the supply zone. Okay, I'm also intrigued if we come down and go and hit this composite high volume node. Now, when you're hitting a high composite volume node, I want to see reactions. It could bounce. It could go under, come right back, and that's also a long. That's what I'm looking for today. Okay. Now, like I said, we have 100% net short in the overnight. That is very tasty. With month-to-date VWAP and and week to date VWAP right here. Okay, so now we're like, see how they're starting to slope flat? That makes sense, right? Because we're at a price right now that it's kind of like the buyers and the sellers are equal. Nobody's winning, really. Okay, bear side, it's just the inverse, right? Bears want to break this level, right? Bears want to break, bears want to hold that weak high. Bears want to hold this level as well. So we inverse it, right? We inverse it. So if I'm a bear, there's a supply zone here and it's a weak high. So even if we move up, I want to see some resistance kick in here, boom, and you can roll over. Now you got single prints here. You can cut through them, take out yesterday's lows and go where? 60.63. Now if I'm a bear, I want to see a push through, hold, 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 hold. Maybe we go down to 60.40. Okay. Other part we could happen is like these two big levels, right? So we could push up, hit up again into this 60.97 again in these high composite. This is the most traded price of the month and the week. So I want to see it not accept value over this level. So if we do one of these and come through, hold, 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 you could roll over. That's what I'm looking at for ES today. Okay, let's move over to the NASDAQ. Let's see if structure is different. It is different. Okay, it is different. Okay, how is it different? Let's look at that profile for the week. We got skinny volume all the way here. We have the most traded price of the week and the month together, and all this movement up here. Now let me just make sure that they are together. Yes, they are. Ultimate balance is still here. That's 21509. I talked about that level yesterday. So back here, we are in ultimate balance. We moved away from it, right? We moved away from it. So that's our key level, 21509. Now, this is bullish structure, okay? You're above this level. As long as you hold above this level, it's bullish. And the job of the NASDAQ is to bring value higher. It's to bring the most traded price of the week somewhere up in here. So it can hold, 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 and move again. Okay? Hasn't done it yet. Hasn't done it yet. Now we have single prints in this profile. Notice how the NASDAQ did not take out last week's lows like the ES. So structurally, this is stronger than the ES. This is stronger. You do have a pretty good supply zone here. I believe it's a 12-hour or 8-hour supply zone. Okay. Okay, so what do we have going here? Let's look at some levels. Now, it looks like yesterday, look at that. Push down, right? This was key. This level held, right? And then ram. You just rammed up there. Look below and fail. Pushed up all the way up, making all-time highs, right? All right, now, where are we at now? So yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows. You have a session inside a session, right? Overnight sessions inside the real-time trading hours. All right. Now, we do have key levels to talk about. We do have key levels to talk about. Our first level we're going to talk about is last week's highs, 21669, right here. If you're a bull, you want to hold those last week's highs. Okay? You want to hold them. All right. Now, to the overnight high. Okay? It's the close. It's the overnight high. And guess, is it the value? No, it's not the value here. So it's, again, we got the close. So what does that mean? That means we're 100% net short as well in the NASDAQ. So this area becomes, bulls want to break it, bears want to hold it. Okay. Interesting that the most traded price is way up here. So this is generally bullish, right? The market accepted this higher price up here. Okay. But we're now down here. This intra is a little bearish because if the fairest price to do business yesterday was here and now price is here, that is that is telling you a little something, right? Generally, when you have a most traded price of a prior day, you're generally buy it, but you're not. You're down below. Okay, that's really the levels. Now, the midpoint of yesterday it was 21696. 21696. That's the 50% retracement. We can just scoop that up with the overnight low and last week's highs. Okay. Now, let's get into scenarios. Okay, it's going to be similar. And there might be a new supply possibly with this move. It's not going to be a big one. All right. So what did I just say? Right. Let's get this midpoint. Let's encompass the overnight low and last week's highs right here. Bulls want to defend it. Okay. So this is our bullish case. Remember, we're 100% net short, and we're at the lows of the overnight. Shorts up here. So shorts from yesterday getting paid. Overnight shorts getting paid. Okay. Now you have a week high, confluence high right here, overnight highs in the close. I'm going to put up the most traded price of the week in this as well. Okay. So I want to see. Now we have single prints here. So Elfie's in the mix here. Say hi to Elfie. Toothpick holding up an elephant. So right now, this is being held up by this toothpick. Okay. In a very weak market, we take this out with no problem. In a strong market, okay, you come down to single prints and you hold them. You hold last week's lows, last week's highs. And then you can work yourself up. There's a supply here too. You work yourself up, right? Taking off these 100% net shorts. 21756 is the most traded price at overnight. If you could take this out in the supply, yeah, you can start to make new highs. You break that weak high in the supply right here. Okay? So I'm going to be really paying attention to these single prints. Support really anywhere in here is bullish. Okay? Now remember, look at the NASDAQ. Week to date VWAP, buyers in control. Month to date VWAP, buyers in control. In the ES, it's at a standstill. It's the buyers and the sellers are at equilibrium. Okay? Now, let's go to the bear side. Okay? In the NASDAQ. Same circle here, right here. What do we do in here? A little bigger because you got single prints here, okay? Got your weak high up here in supply and your most traded price of yesterday, right? So if I'm a bear, okay, one or two things can happen here. Okay, what I'm going to like to prefer, you have supply right here as well. So any movement up to take out some of the overnight shorts and you get resistance in this supply here, you fail, guess what you have? Single prints and single prints. So if we get weak, you can start to really take out the lows from yesterday. And where you're going to go? Back to the major level of 21509. That's ultimate balance. Now, if you have a look above and fail, you're going to go back to this area. And there's a gap that's still not filled here. Let's call it 21350. Okay? It's kind of all I'd be interested in for a short if it's weak. And then these single prints, if you have a weak market, should just get cut right through like a hot knife through butter. That, my friends, is our scenarios today. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay? If you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Smash it, smash it. Okay? We have our plan. We have a plan, folks. I'm kind of liking that plan. I'm kind of liking the PPI. Was worse than expected. Get a little more volatility in these markets, okay? So, with that being said, hopefully you join me every day. All right. Join me every day, 10 a.m. Have a cup of coffee, have a cup of water. Let me give you the down low on the markets recap, market news, daily charts, long and short trade scenarios, and you join your boy. Subscribe, set an alert, set an alert. And like I said before, don't know why this Discord link that I just provided before was like weird. Um, I'm gonna see this again. I'm gonna try this one more time. It says hide use copy button, edit invite link. I'm trying to see is it hidden use copy button. I'm gonna see if this is weird again. Yep, still weird. All right. So anyway, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I do have a Discord. It's in its infancy. If there's enough people, I will put it in my bio, my description, in my YouTube, like my director told me. I'm going to do that. It's just in its infancy, so if I see enough people join, hey, we'll start something there. Okay? It's always been the goal. Baby steps, baby steps. All right? Now, other than that, I did post a trading video. Please check it out. I posted it on where? My X at Gonzo719. Also, check out my YouTube shorts. Also, check out my TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader. All right? Leave a comment, question, I will answer it. All right, I will answer it. Now, if in the Discord, of course, I can share my screen, we can talk, I can show you live during the day in the market, right? I can also do it on my YouTube live stream as well, but I can't talk and get feedback. Like I won't hear you. Of course, if the room gets large with hundreds of people, which hopefully I do one day, of course I can't have some people, millions of people talking. It'd have to be typing. But anyway, everyone have a great day. Let's kill it today. Let's stay green. No trades a trade. All right, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.